Have you ever wondered how these massive brands buy those incredible, creative ad campaigns that you see everywhere? Well, it's definitely not magic. It's a highly specialized team, part creative visionary and part financial hawk. Today, we're going to go inside the machine, assemble that A-team, and see exactly how they bridge the gap between brilliant ideas and the bottom line.
And this is the fundamental question, right? You've got marketing teams who need groundbreaking, innovative work, and they usually need it like yesterday. But on the other side, the business needs to control costs, make sure everything's efficient, and of course, stay on budget. So how in the world do you put a price tag on a brilliant idea? That's the puzzle we're going to solve today.
You know, at the heart of this whole process is one massive challenge. It's this classic clash between two very different but equally important mindsets, the creative and the commercial.
So on one side, you have the creative goals. This is the world of big ideas, making a huge impact for the brand and moving at the speed of culture. But on the other side, you've got commercial discipline. And that's the world of budgets, strict sourcing policies, and managing risk. Getting these two worlds to speak the same language, well, that's the core challenge right there.
So how do you solve a problem like this? You don't just call anyone. You assemble a specialized crew. We're about to meet the 6 key players who make up this elite Marketing Procurement A-Team.
All right, here's our lineup, and you should really think of it like a special ops team. You've got the strategist, who sets the high-level plan, the executor, who makes it all happen on the ground, the data expert, providing that critical intel, the bridge, making sure everyone speaks the same language. And they do it all for the internal client, who has the vision, and with the external partners, who bring that vision to life.
Okay, let's start at the top with the leadership duo. These two roles, they really form the core of the procurement engine. They're the ones setting the direction and driving the whole process forward.
First up is the strategist, who's usually a procurement manager. This is your big picture thinker. They're not just buying one little thing. They are designing the entire system for how the company buys marketing services, making sure it all lines up with the CMO's long-term goals.
And this little day-in-the-life example, it just nails it. One moment, they're in a super high-level budget meeting with the chief marketing officer, and the next, they're setting ethical sourcing policies. It's all about building the framework for success.
Next up, we have the executor. This is the person who gets their hands dirty. They're often a buyer or a category manager, and they're responsible for a specific area of spending, like digital agencies or maybe event production. They're the ones who take that grand strategy and actually make it happen.
You can see their day is much more tactical, right? They are deep in the trenches, running the sourcing process, comparing different vendors, and negotiating all the nitty-gritty details. They're the ones executing the deals that bring the whole strategy to life.
And since the executor pretty much lives in the world of RFPs, let's just quickly explain what that is. An RFP, or request for proposal, is really just a formal way for a company to say, hey, here's what we need, and then potential suppliers can respond with, okay, here's how we do it, and here's what it would cost. It's just a structured way to compare all your options fairly.
Okay, you've got your leadership, now it's time to bring in the specialists. These next two roles provide the essential data and the crucial translation skills that make the whole team way smarter and a lot more effective.
So meet the data expert. This person is the team's secret weapon. They dig deep into the numbers, analyzing all the past spending and supplier performance to uncover opportunities for savings and improvement that nobody else would ever see. This is where procurement stops being about gut feelings and starts being about data-driven strategy.
And check this out. This shows you just how powerful their insights can be. An analyst might dig in and discover that a whopping 80% of the marketing budget is going to just 10% of the company's agencies. I mean, a single insight like that can trigger a huge strategic decision to consolidate suppliers and build much stronger, more meaningful partnerships. Next up is one of the most unique and, honestly, most important roles, the bridge. In bigger companies, this person is literally a dedicated translator. They have a deep understanding of both worlds, the creative marketing world and the commercial procurement world, and their entire job is to connect them. And here's what that looks like in the real world. A marketing team needs flexibility for creative changes, right? But a standard, boilerplate contract might not allow for that. The bridge is the one who steps in to make sure that need is understood and actually written into the final agreement, protecting the creative process.
All right, finally, we've got the two players who aren't technically on the procurement team, but are absolutely essential to its success. We're talking about the customer and the collaborator.
First, you've got the internal client.
The marketing manager. Let's be clear, this person is the team's most important customer. They own the vision. They're the one who defines what success looks like, they write the creative brief, and at the end of the day, they have the final say on the creative work.
And on the other side of the coin, you have the external partners, the agencies, the tech firms, the production houses. It is so crucial to see them not just as vendors you buy stuff from, but as true strategic partners who bring expertise, innovation, and new ideas to the table. They are the ones who make the vision a reality.
So we've met all 6 players. We have the strategists, the executors, data experts, translators, clients, and partners. But what's the one thing, the secret ingredient, that makes this entire A-Team actually click? Well, here's the secret that makes it all work. You might think it's all about being a tough-as-nails negotiator, right? But as this slide says, the single most important skill that ties all these roles together is communication and collaboration. The ability to understand each other's worlds and work as one single trusted team. That's what separates a good procurement function from a truly great one.
And that leaves us with one last question for you to think about. Looking at this lineup, the strategist, the executor, the analyst, the bridge, is your team missing a key player? Thinking about these roles might just reveal some gaps and some new opportunities to build a stronger, more effective bridge between your creativity and your commerce.